start to see what life actually is all about, most things around you don't matter. House, car, money, doesn't make any difference to you. Okay. What matters most is love. The love of your children, the love of your parents, the love of your friends. That means more. And really what matters most to me is the love for self. I love me enough to know I can make it through anything. And even if no one has the understanding of what it takes to help me, I love me enough to know you're going to have your moments. And one day, you're going to tell that story to somebody else and put it in a book. Well, guess what? The universe always makes that possible because Ada Zane came to the Black Tie Scholarship Affair in Charlotte, North Carolina. Didn't know why she was there other than she's going to do the red carpet interviews.
Absolutely.
And we had a chat.
We did.
And we talked.
It was a good chat.
It was a good chat.
And so let me pivot because we're sort of approaching the end, and I definitely don't want to miss that we've already established that you have this natural gift of drawing people. And it's very genuine because it drew me. You have this natural ability to help people expand their mind. Step number 2 you did with me, outside of introducing yourself, you're like, we were supposed to, the universe set this up.
Yeah.
Expand the mind, but also this beauty in your dance. And so I know that you've been a huge face for the Chicago style stepping community, and people really respond to you. So let's quickly, I want you to explain quickly, what does this dance, what does it do for you? What type of expression does it have? Outlet.
It allows me to really woosah.
Woosah.
Yes.
Okay. Sometimes
you can have a bad day at work.
Yeah.
Some days you just don't want to sit at home and watch TV.
Okay.
Now in Chicago, we can step 7 days a week.
Wow.
In other places, not so much, but in Chicago, we have it available for us 7 days a week.
Okay.
And it allows me to connect with my family outside of my biological family because there's love amongst us and there's commonality, which is the dance. And you start to know people. You start to get to know people more and kind of see where their head is and determine, well, I can't hang out with you. You're cool. Can't hang out with you either. You learn.
Right.
And
so how would you suggest that for people that want to learn, such as myself, that have 2 left feet, is it healing? Is it a place where you can just sort of help cope with everything that's sort of going on in your life?
It is a healer because, to me, this is Eric Gordon's version. Many of the steppers on the scene have been through something.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yes. Many of them have come through addictions. Many of them have gone through divorces. Oh, well, let's talk addictions. Yeah. When the dance first started, people had drug addictions, alcohol addictions, and they would go to the meetings, the AA meetings and drug meetings, but they still needed a place where if they felt like they needed to get something out, they needed to get this monkey off their back, they would go step.
Really?
Yes. And you can ask any one of those steppers on the scene. Many of them will tell you, I've got stories from the DJs to the promoters to everybody else.
So this is something more than entertainment. This is more than just an event out.
This is a way for people to vent. This is a way for people to escape. And this is a way for people to never tap into that former world ever again.
Wow. And so it's fitting for all your gifts to come together.
Sure. Like absolutely.
So I know, I don't want you to be modest because I know you're part of a lot of organizations.
I'm cool.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about, the organizations you're a part of and even what you're planning to do as far as even expanding our minds when it comes to stepping, this healing, and bringing people in.
Sure.
What do you have planned?
I've got 3 of them that I'll throw out to you right now. One of which is the one you were part of, Infinity in Motion, which is our non-for-profit organization where we have scholarships that we give away to children coming out of specific states. This year was North Carolina. We gave away 3 scholarships. Our goal is to help these children to not have such a large financial burden when they finish their college career. That's the goal. And we go from state to state doing it. Next year we'll be in the Chicagoland area, which Ada Zane Williams will be there too. I'm also part of the Majestic Gents. The Majestic Gents was started years ago, and I've been a member of the Majestic Gents for about 3 years, 4 years, something like that.
Okay.
And what we do is we actually have the largest events in Chicago. First one is the All White Week, where we, for 5 days, people come from all parts of the country to come to Chicago, which is considered as the mecca of the dance itself, to spend time going to different places that they've heard of. The 50-yard line, east of the Ryan, Heroes, and of course they go to Tinley Park where we host a big event, a couple thousand people. We also host the world's largest steppers contest in September.
The world's largest.
The world's largest. And that's where the best of the best get up on that stage and dance for a financial prize. And we also host the New Year's Eve event, which we have local radio stations and TV news stations that come out and actually view it. The third event, or third thing that I'm involved in, is Rhythmic Elements Entertainment, which is my entertainment company, which what I do is I bring jazz artists together to put on events, large events. 2023, I'm planning to have a large festival of jazz in the Chicagoland area, and I want it to be the biggest in Chicago, where I've made connections across the world, even in Germany and London, with specific artists like Ollie Silk, Paul Hardcastle, Gary Honor. All these guys are overseas, but then I have the local ones, Nick Coleone, Norman Brown, Brian Covers, and I made these connections with them to say, I need you to be a part of a big thing that I'm having up in Chicago.
So is it